This podcast provides a platform that will share many different points of views that should empower you, uplift you, make you want to go out and do right. When you hear the term still a man, say, yes, I am. Still a man. Yes, I am. Still a man. Yes, I am. Let's go.
What's up, people? Welcome to another episode of the Still a Man podcast. Well, we are still in the celebratory mood for fathers. So we're going to talk about some issues about men tonight. Well, you know, this is a male, let's say, driven platform. But, you know, we can't talk about issues concerning men if we don't talk about women, because sometimes women are concerning, whereas it comes to the male species. All right, tonight's topic. A real man provides for both his family and woman. Okay, got that? A real man provides for both his family and his woman. And just for conversation, just so we clear about this, when I'm referring to women, we're talking about women that you are pursuing to their wife material. So this is a potential wife that you're pursuing. All right. So again, let's be clear about this, gentlemen. When we are pursuing the female, we should be pursuing her because we're looking for a wife. So that's what you should be basically interviewing her for, spending time with her to get to know her, because you want her to slide into that position, that role in your life. Because I'm talking about the grown and sexy, the mature men, the seasoned, where we're in a different season in our life. So we're not looking for a girlfriend. You know, we should be looking for wives. So we're gonna get into this. We're gonna talk about the proper order in the household, the structure, family structure. We're gonna get all into that tonight. And women, let's just be fair to you too, so that when you're pursuing your potential husband, well, let's say when you're pursuing the male species, you should be um basically auditioning these males for the husband role in your life. Again, if you are in your grown and sexy season, a seasoned woman, a mature woman, then that's what you should be looking for. You should be looking for a husband, not a boyfriend, not a booty call. Because if you work it the right way, your husband can be all of those things, different times of the day, night, week. If you're grown and sexy, you understand what I'm talking about. And if you're not clear, I'm talking about a little bit of role play. All right, let's get into it. Gentlemen, we're going to go to you first. I believe for the female representation tonight, we have right now, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, Patsy and Tanya. So we're going to go to the guys first, and then we're going to come to the ladies. Gentlemen, dude, you with us? You guys turn your mic on so you can be heard. All right. Make sure you get heard. I'm asking you again, dude, you with us? All right, so
I'm with you. My bag, Dave.
All right, so I'm gonna go to you first because this is a topic that's near and dear to you, and it's something that you have spoken about on numerous occasions. Both you and I have had, one-on-one conversation, and you have basically voiced this during our panel discussion.
Uh-huh.
All the responsibilities of a man in the family structure.
The man should be the leader, the protector, and the provider. and he should make sure that he provides for his family in every way, not just financially. That means with wisdom, that means with how to move in the world, that means how to carry yourself, and how to respect women, how to respect everything comes from his order, and everything comes from that way. And not only protecting them from violence and stuff you think like that, you got to protect them from stuff that'll get into their heads and their minds, the stuff they learn, who they hanging with. You know what I'm trying to say? You need to you need to protect them in that way as well too. Provide, protect. What's the other one? Provide, protect, and what's the other one? What's the
So,
third one, Dave?
love.
Love. See, and love is different. Love is not what we all appear to be. Because love. If someone's really loving you, sometimes you can think that person don't like you.
Mhm.
Because love don't need nothing. Love loves. Love don't need you to do this for it. Love don't need this for it. Love just loves. And but love can be, as people say, hard, and it's not hard because love is always good. It's just that when you're taught a certain way and someone's giving you love and you never heard love before and you see love before, you can think it's harsh.
And
But
love ain't supposed to hurt.
yeah, exactly. So if love hurts you, then that means you don't and if love hurts you, that means you don't really got the understanding of love or that truth that's been telling, because love is nothing but truth, just
Mhm,
complete truth. And
mhm.
what I mean by truth is not no one's opinion, not what we think. Truth is what makes everything life function, what life goes on. Like a man and a woman lay down together, have a baby, then so on and so on. That's truth. That type of truth is what I'm talking about, not opinion, not like, oh, if a man and a woman lay down and have a baby, they might have a baby. No, that's the natural order of things. If I go to the leave the man and woman out, if I go to the grass and plant it in good soil and I water it and it has good sunshine, it should go. That's truth, you know. So things should be done in that orderly fashion. And for my analogy for a man is a
Mhm.
farmer, because the farmer needs to take care of his land in order for his land to produce from him. So the farmer needs to take care of his woman in order for for her to produce for him. If he's abusing the land, it can't grow nothing for him. It ain't nothing gonna happen for him.
There you go. There you go. Now you hear that gentleman. He just gave you a metaphor. If you are abusing the land, then your crops won't grow. And that's the same thing that happens to the woman. If you're abusing her, there's no way she can grow to be the woman that you need and want her to be. So commit that to memory. All right, dude, you got more?
Oh yeah, and we put we put a lot on women to love, but I read the Bible and I read it back and forth. So if someone got something to, I never ever in the Bible read myself, and I read the whole thing from front to back. So if I skipped it, someone correct me, because I'm not saying it's truth, but I'm just saying I never heard the Bible command the woman should love her husband. Only thing I heard the Bible tell a woman should do is honor her husband.
Yeah, because so here's the thing about it, gentlemen. Those of you that are in the season where seeking a wife, you shouldn't have to command your wife to do anything.
Can,
She
can
be
I just add something to what he said about the what the Bible says about the woman? It says that the woman should submit herself to her husband and honor her husband, and she has to feel safe enough and comfortable enough to
Hmm.
submit herself and to honor him, knowing that he's going to be that protector, that provider, and give
Mhm.
her the love and love and nourishment that she needs.
correct. So here's
And
what
she
we're
has to see it in
saying.
the spirit.
That's
She has
right.
to see it in the spirit. And when you see it in the spirit, you know the negative, the positive, you know it's all. Then you be like, all around, I see this person really trying and doing the best that he can. And he may have his goof ups, but he got a good heart and he keeps pushing forward and he keeps moving forward and making things better.
That's
And if
right.
you show her
Honor
all of
and obey.
if you show her all of that, then I'm guarantee you she's going to do everything the time says. She is going to be submissive.
Obey.
Yep.
Like
And men gotta understand it's gonna take time, because you gotta understand women been having men hit on them since the time they were 12, 13 years old. And
literally and figuratively speaking,
yes,
they've been doing that.
and they had so much to go, so it's gonna be hard. We just have to have patience, just like the Most High has patience with us. We have to have patience with them.
Coming out the gates with it tonight. Like it. All right, Timmy, we gonna come to you. What do you think the responsibilities are of a good man, a real man in the family structure? What do you think he should do?
That's an individual thing. Because you can get people that say that all I have to do is provide.
Okay.
They didn't say, I make sure you got a roof over your head and the kids got food in their belly. That's all I have to do. You take care of the house. You cook the food that I I bring in, and you have to take care of the kids and all deal with all the things that they go through while I work. So that's what some men think that that's what a woman's job is. A woman's job is anything that she desires to do, whether it be just a housewife or being a businesswoman, having her own business, and or having uh some type of hobby outside her family. So it doesn't have to be the put like for say the what society says it's supposed to be, because all that stuff was just back in the day stuff from how our grandparents was coming up, so that's what that was. But every generation changes it. They change the way things supposed to be, but it's really a moral thing. It's about if you treat me how I want to be treated, then I'm going to treat you how you want to be treated. It's just really a give and take moral thing.
Okay, basically back to what we was discussing last week. So guys, if you missed it last week, we was discussing reciprocity, and that's what Timmy was referring to. I'm gonna give you what you give me, and I expect that in return. All right, Timmy, you finished? You got more?
Yeah, I'm done.
All right, we're gonna move on to Mr. Lacey, G. Lacey. Please bless the panel and the viewers at home with your views, your perspective. What do you think are the responsibilities of a real man in the family structure?
To provide, protect, guide, educate, assure. Not guide all the time, but most of the time you want to be taking the lead on things.
Okay, so the man's out front.
Sometimes, not all the time. You want to be like equal, but definitely want to be leading.
Okay. All right, you already know you can lead from the middle and the back and out front. Depends on what type of leader you are. Do you agree? Did I what happened? Did you hear me?
Oh yeah, I was done. That was it, big dog.
No. I asked you. I said you do know you can lead out front, the middle, and the back, depending on what type of leader you are. Do you agree?
Oh, I agree with that. Yeah, definitely.
All right, there we go.
Wolf mentality.
All right. Let's go to Sean. Sean, what do you think are some good attributes of a real man? What are his responsibilities as it pertains to the family structure?
He should be in a position to support, love, protect, and provide for his family. Um, I've been told on many occasions that as the man of the house, that I set the tone for the house.
Okay.
And so if there's any disruption that's going on, whether I'm the cause or not, I should be aware of it and get everything back in order.
Tone. That's a good one. That's a good one. So that, all right. So I say that to the men on the panel and the male viewers. So let's be mindful of our tone when dealing with our loved ones, our women, and our children, and be aware of the tone, as Sean said, in the environment. Let's not add to the toxicity if we could do something to redirect it. And
Can I add something to that, Dave? Can I co-sign for that real quick?
Go ahead.
And that's very important, both for men and women, because every time we do that to each other, curse each other out, fight with each other, call each other names, we're cursing each other.
Mm-hmm. All right, Sean, you got more?
No, that's pretty much it.
All right, to the point. Mr. Brimage, same question. What are the responsibilities, or do you think responsibilities of a real man in the family structure?
Pretty much they said it all. I mean, I can tell you, I could tell you it in different ways, but it's all going to sound the same. They
Well,
said
we
it all.
want your perspective, so
It's
please.
pretty much the same as the others. Nothing's going to be different other than me telling you that I think that you have to be a great listener. You got to prevent stuff from going wrong if possible. You're going to have to be able to educate, meaning your woman's learning and the children's learning at the same time. You got to be on board knowing that you're trying to move as one. You're not selfishly living in a home amongst others and only looking out for yourself. This is all of us is included as a team. I think that the father have to have strong hands to provide for the family. He had to have strong feet to boot the bullshit away from his family. He has to have a swift tongue for a lashing when needed. And he has to have a caring ear to hear all of their cries.
I knew you had it in you. You said you didn't have nothing to add. All right, ladies, let's go to the ladies now. Patsy, what do you think are some good attributes of a real man? And before I go to you ladies, let me just pause you real quick. So let's say this to the gentleman. It is not my intent to offend you by saying real men. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that out there. You are a man regardless, unless you choose to behave otherwise. So when I say a real man, that means you don't have no time for excuses. Take care of business. That's what I'm referring to. So it's not an insult. So if you know you're not out there taking care of business, then you're not being real about your business. That's why I am referring to as the real man. All right. Still work. All right, whoever that is, I'm going to need you to mute your phone. So let's go to Patsy. Patsy, you ready to share? My question is, what do you think are some great attributes for a real man in the family structure?
It's like what all the guys pretty much said. It's like I feel like I want a man that's willing to protect me, to provide, just love on me in every way that a woman can and should be treated. I want to be treated like I'm his queen. He actually cares for me, and shows me in different ways. It's it doesn't have to be exactly like perfect. It's like if we're eating dinner, it's like maybe like just you picking up the dishes and putting them, washing them and putting them away sometimes just to show me I love in that way. It's like, and I don't even have to ask you to do something. You just see that something might be needed to be done, and you just go ahead and do something because you see a need for it. And your girlfriend and potential wife to be, or even if you are married to that woman, it's like you go ahead and clean up stuff, or you see that she's trying to clean up and trying to get the kids ready for bed. You kind of like help guide the kids to where they gotta go, and supervise that a little bit, or be like, oh babe, why don't you go take care of the kids and I'll vacuum the living room, or finish cleaning up in the kitchen or whatever. Like little things that kind of like make her feel like you care, and you give a hoot.
That sounds
Not,
easy.
not just not just like to financially provide, but physically provide little odds and ends around the house. So kind of like, oh damn, he really saw that I needed help with this, and he helped.
Hmm.
So that's how you can show love too. It's just not in the bedroom or providing financially, making sure food's in the house, the bills are being paid. It's other stuff too, that's not always like being. Sometimes a woman's needs is not met, and it's not always tied to the bedroom or tied to the finances or whatever. It could be odds and ends around the house.
Okay. All right. Again, sounds easy. So guys out there, you single men looking for to make a love connection. Her name is Patsy. I don't know if she's single, but it sounds like she requires a man of action. All right. Next up, let's go to Tanya. Tanya, please
Stevie
bless us
Wonder
with
said.
your views. What do you feel makes up a real man? How does he? What type of attributes should he bring to the table as it pertains to the family structure?
So first and foremost, he has to be spiritually grounded. If he's spiritually grounded, he knows and has a personal relationship with our Lord and Savior. He knows how to be patient. He knows how to provide. He knows how to love unconditionally. He knows how to have empathy. He knows how to be compassionate. He knows how to know what's important, on how to take care of someone else. Um, where the breakdown is that we are born into sin, so we already broken when we come into this world, and unless you have a personal relationship and know who God is and have that strong spiritual foundation, you won't be able to be much of anything to anyone. When you have that strong spiritual foundation and knowing who the Father is and knowing what his attributes are, love is kind, it is gentle, it's not boisterous, meaning that you're not trying to control someone. You are trying to lead and guide them in the direction that God would have you go. Like you in tune, so you know what his purpose is for yourself, but also what his purpose is for your family and your loved ones, because you're communicating with him and he's leading you in that direction on how to guide and lead and protect them.
Okay. So and with spiritual. So basically, guys, translation, Tanya, she's found. So sorry, she's off the market. She's found her spiritual man. She let God lead her, and He led her to this man that apparently has all these qualifications. Am I correct in saying this?
You are correct, but I'm also going to say that it's always a work in progress. They may have those qualifications, but you can still grow even more. Yeah, it's always something to learn. We don't reach a plateau. We keep growing and growing and growing and growing.
Okay, sounds great. All right, just want to be fair. Is there any more ladies that didn't get a chance to talk?
I'm here.
All right, how you doing, beloved? Gina,
Welcome.
let's get your perspective. What do you think makes up a good man? Well, what type of attributes does a real man have to showcase as it pertains to the family structure? Let's keep it to that.
I agree with Tanya and Patsy. I think they had some valid points. God first. I think a real man knows when to step in, whether it's in the house or just like family situations. A real man can step in as a father figure to anyone, any child that needs some advice or anything like that. Like he knows how to step in certain situations when it comes to children. A real man is a protector and a provider. He would treat me like a queen, and I would treat him as a king, and he would, be honest and be a best friend. That's what I would say a real man would be.
Okay. All righty. Is there any other ladies? All right, we're gonna take this time and we're gonna get into our first video of the night. Mr. Lacey, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go with the first video. Everyone mute your phones until the video has met its end. Zoom meeting.
Abilities a man has towards his woman. Number 1, leading her towards a better future. 2, protecting her from mental and physical threats. Number 3, providing for her. Number 4, being there for her so she can rely on you for support. And number 5, making her feel wanted and desired. 5 responsibilities a
participants left for a 9 race.
All right, gentlemen, you guys was right on point, basically. So let's dissect this whole protect factor. Let me ask you guys this question. Do you think it's our responsibility to protect our woman from sometimes herself and the women that she chooses to surround herself with? Sean?
Yes, always. Because at the end of the day, if you care for the woman, she's a representation of you and the family. And you never want them to be out here unprotected or roaming around aimlessly or just looking silly in the street.
Tim, do you think it's the responsibility of the man to protect his woman from not only factors in the street, but sometimes from herself and the woman around her?
Hell no.
Okay. Reason being?
Because if you want to go you want to do analogies and stuff like that, then okay, a female lion, a lioness is all animals. The mothers are all very, very protective of their kids. So, they're not gonna let nothing you know, any predator or anything disturb or harm their kids. So they gonna fight to the death. So I don't think that it's a two-way. It's both. Because when there's both parties, mother and dad, that are there, then it shows unity and it shows that it's, it's of a more success if there's both there, both parents there. So I I don't think the men are always, because when the man's gone, the female's the head of the household. She's the protector. She's the provider. You know, so she goes out and get the things that the kids need and whatnot. So I don't believe that it's just man duty to do. If you're in it together, then it's a team. It ain't a I or it's a team thing. It's we.
All right, so let me see if I'm hearing you correct. Uh, put this, simplify this. So am I hearing you correctly? Are you saying because the woman is pre-armed with the skills to protect, she doesn't require the man's protection because she's already pre-equipped with the ability to provide that. She's so used to protecting others that she doesn't need anyone to protect her. She can fend for herself.
Yeah, that time that but there's a time when people get tired. They say, "Oh, I'm tired of being the one, you know, doing all the protecting. I want someone to be there for once to do that for me."
Okay.
See, so
So you're saying that she's basically, sometimes they get to the point where they want someone to fight for them.
right.
All right, stand on
But
that.
if they don't have it, then of course they going all in. They gonna go all in. They not, even if they don't got that support, they gonna go all in.
All right, so Timmy's basically saying they don't require it, but they would like it. All right, let's go on to Mr. Lacy. Mr. Lacy, do you think it's the man's job to protect his woman from sometimes herself and the woman that she chooses to surround herself with?
I think so, but I think that's like something you tread lightly with, because you can always give your opinion, but you don't want to force her into anything. 'Cause, like, you can be like, Shanique. Shanique was a hoe, and I don't want you hanging around her like that. But you can't force her to not hang with that girl if she still wants to hang with her. You get what I'm saying?
Okay. All right, dude, enlighten us. Same question. Do you think that
Repeat
it's
the repeat
that
the question, Dave.
Do you think that it's the man's responsibility to protect his woman from not only herself at times, but the women that she chooses to surround herself with?
Oh, of course, because the women could be other women's enemies. Women don't get along more than men don't get along. More men get along more than women get along. Even though it's a
Right.
lot of men out there doing violence, but women are catty towards one another. So if I see some stuff, I'm gonna say, hey, I'm not gonna say it in that way, but yeah, but oh, definitely, and vice versa. Not just with me. She sees something, hey, you gotta keep an eye, and boom, 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 vice versa. But overall, yes, it's our job to make sure the whole house and together and everybody in the household is protected spiritually, mentally, and physically.
I agree, because if you put her up on game, then y'all could protect the home as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. So again, we're teaching as we're learning together. I like that. I like that. All right, we're gonna go to you, Brimage. Let's get your perspective on this. Do you feel that it's the man's responsibility to not only protect his woman at times from herself, but the women that she chooses to surround herself with. Brimage. Okay, we're gonna go to the ladies. All right,
Clear water.
all right, Gigi, we're gonna go to you. Gina, do you think that it's the man's responsibility to not only protect his woman from herself at times, but hold on, guys, hold on, Gina, I'm gonna repeat it. Do you think that it's the
That's why
woman's,
I can't
excuse
get
me,
that.
the man's
No, this shit.
responsibility to protect
This shit.
his woman from not only herself at times, but the woman that she chooses to surround herself with?
I think that when you're in a relationship, or a union, I think that it's important for you to have communication. If my man don't like Stacy because he's heard that Stacy been out here doing some crazy stuff and blah blah blah, but he hang out with Tyrone and he cheats on his wife consistently. So I think it's just communication and just trust. I think that you should voice your opinion, but I don't think that you should kind of tell her, I don't want you hanging out with Stacy. Stacy's a hoe. Just like she can't tell him, I don't want you hanging out with Tyrone because Tyrone's a buster. He's a bum. You know what I mean? So I just think it's all about communication, having each other.
All right, straight to the point. All right. Patsy, is it the man's responsibility to protect his woman from herself at times and protect her from the woman that she chooses to surround herself with?
Yes, but like how people are saying, it's like you gotta tread on it lightly and just kind of like word everything kind of like in a way that it's understood. Like, I'm not telling you what to do, but I kind of have a bad feeling about this person, or or I've just seen her do this and that and whatever, and I was kind of like overhear a conversation she was having, and I don't think she realized I was like a couple of feet away or whatever. They were paying attention to what they were doing on the phone or whatever, and they were talking about you and ABC. So just kind of like trade lightly with that person and just kind of like, just to kind of like be leery of that person, because you kind of see some sneaky ways about that person, just kind of like, and yeah, like Gina said, it's the communication and it's how you say something to your woman. Just like how I would say something to my man about what I seen with a dude, and you allow them to deal with that person the way that they feel comfortable dealing with them, So yeah.
Okay, well said. All right, Tanya, it's on you. Do you think it's the man's responsibility to not only protect his woman from herself at times, as well as protect her from the women that she chooses to surround herself with?
Yes.
Reason being?
Reason being is that sometimes the woman can be too close to the situation. She thinks that she thinks that a person is her ride or die friend, and in reality, she's jealous of the situation that she's in because she got a good man, and the friend is still trying to find a good man. And so she's a low-key hater. And so, yeah, I've had a couple of those, in my circle, and not just friends, but family members.
Yeah, they're scheming.
So, and I've done the same to him. I've been around some of his friends that I'm a discerner of spirits. And sometimes you could be too close to a person and you ain't discerning that spirit correctly. when this person has been your friend and they've done things that make you feel as if you can trust them and confide in them, but then you find out that they low key been doing things behind your back. That's been detrimental to you. Like I've told my husband about some of his childhood friends that it took a long time for him to realize that they didn't have his best interests at heart, that they really was low key hating on him.
He didn't want to see that. That's
No.
all.
And that's the same thing with a woman. She thinks that a person is her friend. She don't want to see the wrong that they're doing. But he, that other partner, the significant other, has that discernment. Sometimes you could be too close to a situation that you ain't discerning correctly.
Right.
You're not listening to what the spirit is telling you.
Anybody saying,
Timmy, you're not listening to what the spirit is telling you. So you fall into the grips of the mess.
Okay. So let it be known to all you imposters out there, we got eyes on you. We see you. We see right through you, wolves in sheep clothing. We see you. All
right. Give Clearwater a chance. I'm back now.
You missed your shot.
I'm gonna clear it up like my water, clear as water can be. Now, I'm going to say this. You can only tell a person so much and so many times. If you continue to keep telling them the same thing about the same person or the same people over and over, sometimes that is like it's tricky. It can be right there on that thin edge where you will make them want to do what you're trying to prevent them from doing. So if you're telling her Sally is a little hoe, the reputation around town is that she likes to get around and whisper into the hole of the penis. Your woman, because that's her friend, she's thinking that you're hating on Sally. She's not thinking that you're really telling her something she don't already know. She's thinking you're hating on Sally. Perhaps maybe you heard the story and it's intriguing to you. You want to probably sneak off with Sally. So she can look at it from many different ways. And sometimes, like I said, it puts them right into the hands of Sally and the rest of that group that's out there clubbing, drinking, letting other dudes whisper in their ears, taking them into the car, doing sexual acts or to hotels or wandering off somewhere, doing things that they
Real
should not
vivid.
be doing.
But
But
doing
attention
that situation right there, you let them hang themselves.
Yeah,
they don't want to, they got to learn the hard way.
Guys,
they got to learn the hard way.
So
then they'll realize that Sally wasn't really their friend.
Order in the court.
Go ahead, Robin, finish up.
So I'm gonna end it on saying there's a such thing as pressure. If you keep digging at a person over and over about the same topic and the same person, you gotta be very careful because you can make something happen that you don't want to happen. Now, if it does happen, then it's your decision to leave her because maybe she wants to be a part of that life.
The circus.
All right. It sounds like go ahead, Sean.
And you all forgive me if I'm a little slow tonight. What was your question? Because I've heard everybody's response, but to me it didn't
seem like they got off track. Sean?
What was your question?
I think Sean, take your phone off of mute.
Hold on. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna.
All right, hold on. Something's going on with my headset. Hold on.
All right. Can you anybody hear me?
Yes, we can. You
Yes.
clearly. Yeah.
Okay. So you had a question,
Mhm.
and I think your question was, is a man responsible?
Mhm.
And I've heard what everyone was saying, but I didn't hear anybody like actually answer the question.
Okay, so let me repeat
So,
it.
so could I answer the way I try to answer it? The
Wait.
reason why I answer it that way is because,
Wait. You don't have to give us explanation as to why.
and yeah, I'm gonna say what my answer is to
I
what he's
know, but
saying.
I want to go ahead and
That's
say the question again, and then so he's clear about why people was answering the way they were, and then you
Okay.
can give your response
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
that. All right. So the initial question was: is it the man's responsibility to protect his woman from herself at times, as well as the women that she chooses to surround herself with? You clear about that, Sean? Sean?
Yep. Yep.
All right.
And so now, how I answer it was, and you gotta be careful about that because you can be trying to protect them, but it's really on like a thin edge. I said you can be trying to do that and push it right over to the people. You're trying to protect her from herself and from her friends, and you might push her right over the edge into her friend's hands. And now
Into the
you
bad side.
now you thought she was protecting her from herself, and well, her friends might be out to do her wrong, but you didn't do anything. You served no justice to her. You kept nagging, and what it might not be nagging to you is coming from the good of your heart. To her, she taking it on. You just trying to block my fun. You just
There's
trying
a
to worry
thin
about my
line
friends.
between possessive,
Okay.
possessive and protection sometimes.
Right.
And then
Yes.
I
Yes.
find
Yes.
So I hear all that, but then what I'm because there still has to be an answer to the question.
So I said, Sean, I said, yeah, but you want to
I
tread
heard you.
lightly
Right.
with
I
doing
heard
that.
you and I heard Timmy. Everyone else I didn't hear. I mean, I heard what everyone said, but I didn't hear the answer actually being answered. The question being answered.
I get what you're saying.
I said
I
yes.
answered. I said I'm indecisive because I don't. Yes and no. Yeah.
I said
Yes and
yes.
no.
Gina's
Like
And
yeah,
my
no,
answer.
wait, okay. I would say that he like yes, it is his obligation to have a conversation with his woman or his wife or whatever. Yes, he needs to have a conversation. I think that goes both ways. But I find in my experience with men, it's a thin line between protection and being possessive. Like you can be like, well, I don't want you hanging out with her no more. Now you're like being a little possessive, and I don't like it. You know what I
Controlling.
mean?
That's not possessive. That's controlling.
Controlling,
When you
possessive.
when you trying to tell a chick, somebody, or man or woman, when you trying to control them, tell them when they can leave, when they can come, and all that. That's
This
control.
kind of rolls
That's it.
into the conversation
You
about
can
us.
say
This is a conversation kind of rolls into what we talked about in previous meetings, podcasts about
Mm-hmm.
about where what the men think that the wear should you have a say in which a woman wears or what she puts on. You know what I mean? This kind of rolls into that. So like I just feel like when you're saying, oh well, I don't want you hanging out with such and such and such, you know, you might not like them, but she's been my girl since grade school. I don't like to have half the stuff she does either, but that's still my girl. So if a man's gonna come and say, I don't want you hanging out with her no more, that's kind of possessive to me or controlling.
All right, so
Can I just say something
yeah,
about
and
what
then I'm gonna simplify this. Go ahead, Tim.
okay. I mean, because exactly what she just said right there, that's been my friend since grade school. That's the exact situation that I had to deal with my husband and his friends. They've been friends since they was kids.
Mm-hmm.
But even just listening to some of the stories that he said about them growing up, and then seeing that the same behavior and the same attitude is going on in their adult life, and I'm a discerner of spirits, like I said, I could say confidently to him that that person doesn't have your best interests at heart.
So,
So Sean, my answer was, I told you at the beginning, yes, you could be protecting them from their self and their friends, but keep in mind, there's a thin edge to that. A little bit too much can make them think, what the hell? What is he hating on? Let me go over here and do it anyway.
Yeah, and I think
And
we're all reading in too much
Become a
because
I agree with what Tanya said, and she said what she just said. Yeah, I don't think that person has your best interest at heart, but then again, it's still not up to you to decide if they should hang out with them or not. Like
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
can have your opinion. You can have your
say
opinion. Like
whatever
I
you
don't think
want.
this person is good for you. I don't think this person is this for you.
Can't
But
make
at the
them
end of
do
the
it.
day, that's a human
They're gonna
being,
see
grown
eventually
human
anyway.
being.
They're gonna
Either
see eventually.
we're grown, so that should be up to that person to make the decision to have that person in their life or out their life. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I think it comes down
They
to
would see eventually whenever you telling them things, and they say, "Oh yeah, my girl or my wife said this," you know, that this was gonna go down. You know, I got to back away from this person right now. I can't be around him because I see all the things that my girl or wife was telling me, and I didn't want to believe that, but now I see that she was right.
Mm-hmm.
all right, so let
And I
me.
hear that. Go ahead, David. Go ahead.
No,
I'll
because
let
I
you
was
take it.
gonna Sean, I was gonna say, let's go back to Sean and ask him, so make yourself clear, Sean.
So everyone still like, and everyone came back and gave their, their initial yes or no, because because I felt like the question was a yes and no,
Answer.
needed a yes or no response, and
Mhm.
then give your reasoning for your yes or no. And so for me, maybe I missed everyone's yes or no before hearing why they said all that they said.
Yeah, because I think that some came in giving their reason before giving their actual answer. So
Yeah, and so
that's what was missed. All right, so guys, let's take note of that. So let's listen to the question, and if you need the question to be repeated, do so. Ask for it to be done before answering the question. All right, let's move on. So there was something in part of the responsibilities of the man is to provide financially. So let me just bring you to this. Gentlemen, if you are the provider, financial provider, and you go to work and your wife stays at home, are you comfortable as the man, head of the household, person that's basically making the money, and you guys have made a decision for her to stay at home and take care of the home front, take care of the children, take care of the bills, take care of everything that comes with staying at home. And if y'all not clear, we gonna become clear about this at some point in this conversation. You women that have been given opportunity or made a decision to stay at home. So the question is, as the man that's going to work, you're being the financial provider, are you comfortable just handing over your earnings to your wife, your woman, your mate? Sean.
Sorry about that. Yes, I am. I'm very comfortable because I know who I partnered with, who I chose to be with, and I know what they're capable of. And if that's something, and the only way that that can take place is because we had a sit down discussion about this was going to be the role and this is what you're going to do. And you've already been doing this in your life, or you've shown me that you have that kind of capability and responsibility for, ahead of time for it to even be a discussion.
Mm-hmm.
So So if we've had, if you've already shown that and we're having this conversation, it means that I can trust you with that, and we can move on from there.
Yes, that is the word. The operative word is trust. Yes. All right. Brimage, same question. As the provider, financial provider, do you feel comfortable with handing over your earnings to your wife, your woman, your mate?
Answer is yes.
Reason?
Oh, I didn't know I have to share this part. Well, I mean, I have done it. I went to work, had a hustle on the side, gave you the hustle money, came home, gave you the $200 every week, put away $800 on top of that, and then even paid you to stay home with me a couple of days. So I would turn to you and say, you know what? You don't have to go to work today. How much you was making a day at your job? All right, matter of fact, here, take that day's pay and a little bit extra and stay home. So I'm comfortable. I can hand you my money. I already know you know how to take care of the house. I know you know how to pay bills. I know you know how to go grocery shopping, buy the kids what they need, take care of me. So I have no problem with it.
Okay. Timmy? Timmy?
Yeah.
As the provider, financial provider, do you feel comfortable handing over your earnings to your woman that is, you guys made a decision that she's gonna stay home and take care of the home?
I don't advise that. I would never advise that. The reason why I wouldn't advise it because it's best that each party go out and make their own money. Reason being, the when you both are making your own money and bringing it, putting it together for the household, that's much better than one person putting the strain on one person. It's much better when there's two. And then on top of that, when then you'll have less arguments about money, stuff being paid, you know, and then on top of that, when things don't work out. Now you done depended on this dude all this time and don't have no type of income and whatnot. So that's why I say I wouldn't advise that. That's a bad idea. I think man and woman both should go to work and both should make their own money. That way the woman won't be saying, well, I need my hair done and you said you was gonna give it to me and you say, oh, I put it on bill. You know, so if she made her own money, then she would get her own damn hair done.
Okay,
And the bill would still get paid. You
all right.
see?
All right, stand on that. So Timmy's answer is no, he doesn't advise that. All right, we're gonna go to Gregory next. Gregory. You ready?
Now, when you say give her my money, are
Okay,
we
I'm gonna
talking like
pause for
a,
a moment.
a
Pause for a
old
moment.
school relationship where I'm just giving her my check every time I get paid, or
All right, so
this
hold
is a
on.
once a month type thing?
Hold on. Permit me to present the question again. So, as the financial provider, you're the man, you're going to work. You guys have made a decision that she's gonna remain at home, she's gonna take care of the children, she's gonna take care of the home. Do you feel comfortable with handing over your earnings to your wife, your woman, your mate?
I like the way Uncle Rob explained it, but I don't think every time I get paid I should be giving her my check, because at what point am I gonna feel like I'm paying for in-house? This is some type of this is some type of contract agreement. Why am I paying you all of my check money?
Okay, stand on
Give me,
that. Go on. Proceed. Gregory.
Oh man.
Oh no, that was it. That was it.
All right. Dude, you with us?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
All right, I'm gonna give you the question. As the financial provider, and you and your woman, your wife, your mate has made a decision that she's gonna remain at home. She's gonna take care of the children in the home. Everything comes with taking care of the home. Do you feel comfortable with handing over your earnings to her?
Of course, of course. Everything when you become as one, everything is joint. Like I take marriage serious and I take being a husband serious. So if I couldn't find a woman to do that, then I wouldn't be nobody's husband because I'm not willing to be a husband if I can't find a wife. There's a difference. A man's a man, a woman's a woman, but a man eventually has to become a husband and a woman has to eventually become a wife if they choose to be. So
Yes,
yeah.
yes, those are
And when you become a husband and wife, you become as one.
Jews. Jews. I love it. You coming, tell you coming out the gate, spitting fire tonight. Like it, love it.
Level of maturity.
Yes, yes, I like it.
Exactly.
I like it. Listen, gentlemen, viewers, take notes, take notes. This is gonna help you grow. It's gonna help you grow. Ladies, I think I went through all the guys. Now, ladies,
Don't punk me with that.
now, ladies, and Tanya, you seem like you ready and you fired up. Let's go to you first. So let me present the question, and whoever's over there poking her, don't be poking the bear. Now here we go. We're gonna go to first. We'll present the question, ladies. Yours is gonna be different because you're not a man, so you're gonna give us the female perspective. As the financial provider, you go to work, you make the decision that your husband is going to remain at home for whatever reason. Take care of the home front, take care of the children, and everything that comes with taking care of the home. Do you feel comfortable handing over your earnings to this man, your mate, your husband?
To take care of everything. My husband and I will have a conversation because there are things first of all, if I did that, I would have to make enough money to be able to cover the bills, cover my hair care, cover my female needs, and be able to give him money to do what he likes to do. If we ain't at that level financially and we both are working, then we having a conversation about what's going to go into household because he's still going to need to be able to do things that he find enjoyable. It can't be all about him being at home and taking care of the kids and doing the housework and stuff. He still has needs for himself as well. And so, like Drew said, when you become husband and wife, you become one. So we would have to have that conversation and come on the same agreement because I've definitely got to give back to the creator first and foremost because he made it possible for us to be able to have that financial stability. And so we got to be on the same page about that. We got to be on the same page about covering all the needs in the house and making sure we have a nice nest egg. We both have our own likes and dislikes and desires that we want to do for ourselves. So the financial stability has to cover all of that before I'm okay with giving over the check.
All right. And guys, and the gentlemen viewers as well, and all the gentlemen on the panel, part of the discussion tonight. I want you guys to be aware. That was the first lady of the panel that had a chance to tackle that question. And if you pay close attention already, their approach to it and their answer is different from the male's approach. But I just want you to pay attention because watch this. Patsy, same question. You are the financial provider. You and your mate have decided that he's going to remain home, take care of the children in the home front and everything that comes with taking care of the home. Do you feel comfortable with handing over your earnings to him?
Yes, but it has to be a conversation of budget, what the average budget for the month is, with room to kind of, if something kind of goes over with like either the electricity or water or whatever, you have to have that room to kind of balance it out, and you kind of know your average budget food wise, utility, what your mortgage is every month, or car loans or whatever it is. So it's a form of communication as well too, not just the trusted to hand over the paycheck to be able to say, okay, and to fulfill his needs and wants as well as whatever I need for my personal care, as a woman. So it's about budget, it's about communication as well as trust.
Okay, well said. That's the second woman. Guys, hope you're paying attention, both the ones on the panel and the viewers. All right, Gina, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, beloved, same question. You and your mate has decided that he is going to remain at home and you are going to go to work and you are going to be the financial provider and he is going to take care of the home
I'm sorry.
and
I
children.
can't even take the question seriously.
Let me finish. Then you are going to, will you feel comfortable, I should say. Do you feel comfortable with handing him your earnings?
No, that would never happen. No, that would never happen. But
And
honestly,
why?
with the
Cause
worst,
you
wait, hold on.
Let her,
If
let
the
her.
word,
Let him
if
finish.
if it was reversed, I wouldn't want him to do that either. I think that we both should have some type of income. And I think he should take care of the major bills and I take care of groceries and, phone bills and things like that. But I wouldn't want him to give me all his money either. That's no. I he could take care of the necessary bills. I'll take care of my bills. I'm gonna keep my money and take care of what I need to take care of, and he's gonna keep his money and take care of what he needs to take care of. A man staying home is not a man to me. And that's just my opinion.
And stand on that. And that's what I want you to do. Guys, hold on. Don't say nothing. Everybody just put a cork in it, turn down the fire, let it simmer a little.
Yes, the able-bodied man.
Hold
An
on, Timmy.
able-bodied man
Timmy, when I
ain't
said
supposed to be sitting at home.
Timmy, when I said men, I want y'all
Right.
to
That's true.
that refers to you as well. So, okay, I want to address the panel. Guys, did you notice we had 3 women answer the same question? And in each of those questions, I heard if, but, and if, and no. Did you notice that, Sean? You gotta turn your mic on to be heard, gentlemen. Did you notice that, Sean? All right, Max, dude, you with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. So did you notice we had 3 women
Yeah.
answer that question? And a part of that answer, the operative words you heard if, but, if, and no. Do you notice that?
Yeah, I noticed it, but that's how they supposed to be, because I didn't hear anything neither one of them said was wrong, because by nature that's our role.
I knew
That's
you.
our role.
Right. There you go.
Even when homegirl was like, "Well, if a man's at home, that's not a man." That's kind of correct, because that's not his role to be at home. He's absolutely correct. Like I tell you, listen, if everything I'm doing is covering everything, there's periods of time when my wife didn't work. Why? Because she didn't have to. She can go where it's not what you ain't going to work, you're staying home. None of that. It's by choice. You don't have to work. You don't want to work. Okay, boom, stay home. Stuff like that. 'Cause I don't think the workplace is designed for a woman, because I think it beats a woman down mentally and spiritually. It's not meant for her. It's not meant for her to be. It's very cruel to them out there. It's very cruel, and they use them the most. They use the black woman the most in the workforce.
Now, the reason why I went to, let me be clear about this, a method to my madness. And ladies, I wanted to, you know, I thank you for your candor. Thank you for you guys being honest, because that's why I want you to answer this question, that approach. The reason why I went to Dude and Sean, because unless I'm wrong, they're the only married men on this panel tonight. Am I correct in saying this?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
so that's why I didn't go to Timmy, and I didn't go to Robert, and I didn't go to Gregory, unless you guys got married last night and I wasn't invited. So that's why I went to those gentlemen. Now,
Taking the shit out of the her fast.
so let's get Gregory. You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get the Honorable Louis Farrakhan's perspective on this. Gentlemen, women, please mute your phones until the end of the video.
Zoom meeting. Zoom meeting.
Oh, hell. They want a real man. And if you let her work and you stay home, ain't no way in hell she can honor and respect you. Because the nature of God in man is that he must provide for, maintain, and make a way for his woman and his children. But when you don't have a job, but you can make a baby, and you don't give the woman not even enough money to buy Pampers, how can she honor you, respect you, and love you? She saw something in you when she laid down and gave herself.
Participants left for a 9 rate per end.
All right. You know what? I respect Minister Farrakhan greatly. So I always been fond of his you know, his teachings, his conversation, you know, because I think that
How many goddamn kids he got?
hold on, Timmy, let me finish. Because, you know, I feel like he's very insightful. He's a man of faith. And he's very wise. So love him or hate him, I think that he speaks truth in volumes. So that being said, I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to give you my opinion because I didn't answer the question, but I will now. I agree totally, again, with what Minister Farrakhan said, because a man that will allow your woman to go out there and work, knowing that you're capable of doing, you're going to stay home. And then while you're at home, you're not doing anything to contribute to maintaining the home. That means you're not nurturing the children. That means you're not caring for you're not
You're not cleaning up.
You're not
cleaning up
preparing
the house,
meals.
doing none of that shit.
You're not supporting her when she comes home after working and stuff like that. So again, I agree. There is no way in hell she's going to respect you, because if you are in the same position that you were in when she leaves and when she comes back, oh yeah, that's gonna be a problem. Because guess what? She may not come back to that house afterward. She might make a pit stop at, see, and y'all gonna hate me for this, but what
Of
she
course, if
perceived
she
as
ain't
a
going
real
right
man,
at home,
she's gonna go to his house where it's there's some order.
shit ain't right at home. They always talk to their
clean.
co-workers.
And he done cooked and prepared a meal for her, or ran a bath or something like that. It's trifling for her to step out when she should have had a conversation. But you know, women get tired. They get tired of saying the same thing to the same individual. But again, I'm going to get you ladies. Gina, your answer right out was no. you basically you laugh, and I think that was to cover up the hell no that you want to say. But you was right to on it. It's like you was in his head, basically tapping your feet while he was thinking this. You don't feel like that's a man. And again, I would say this to you guys that are lacking those skills, those qualities. It's time that you man up. Let's go to the ladies. Tanya, do you agree with Minister Farrakhan's perspective?
Yes, I agree with him, but how can I say this? If so, this is concerning a man being at home and you working and he doing nothing.
That's right.
Not cleaning, not doing anything. Then he's not a man. I can agree with that. Because even when my husband wasn't working and I was working, he was still at home cleaning and cooking and taking care of the kids.
But that's the least he can do if he's at home. That's what he would want you to do if he was working and he came home and he seen the house fucking dirty. He ain't got no thing. He gonna raise hell just like you would raise hell. But that's what you supposed to do. If you ain't working, then you do those other things to make things work. So it's becoming, even though you don't have the money, but you showing the initiative, and I know how to clean the house, keep the house clean. I know how to cook dinner, and like Farrakhan said, if you're not doing none of those things, then she ain't gonna respect you. But if you're doing those things, she's gonna appreciate that because that's what you wanted when you worked.
Hold on, Timmy. Let me pause you, and that's why I was trying to pause you before you went that direction. So let me go ahead and put this, be clear to you. What I said was an extension of what Farrakhan said. I added more to it because I think that the minister was clear about there should never be a time where the roles are switched and you are at home while she's working. I think that was his message. He was clear about that. I added on to that when I said that if you're at home and you're not doing any of those things and stuff like that, but I think that he was clear about verbatim that there should not be no times where a man is switching roles with a woman and allowing her to provide and he sits at home.
Let me just say there shouldn't be a time as that, but if you have with society out here, a lot of these men that find themselves in situations, let's say someone was incarcerated and they come out and they can't find a job. Mm-hmm. There's situations where a man can be down on his luck and the woman is there to lift him up. That we were created to be a helpmeet, not to just be at home serving. Thank you, whoever that was. We was created to be a helpmeet, and being a helpmeet is also to be able to uplift and help the men up.
That's what both men and women are supposed to do. But along the way, people lost their way on what it's supposed to be. And then they start being influenced by the dumb stuff that be on TV and the dumb stuff that they heard somebody else say, and they think it is cool for them to say, but people think that everything that they see on TV is pertaining to them somehow, And I don't live through TV. I don't think people should base their life off of what they've seen on TV. Yes, you might have similarity as the content on TV, but you should never, compare the two.
Okay, so let me say this, let's get, some of the other gentlemen into this and ladies. I heard your perspective, T, and Gina, I already know, because you was quite clear about yours. Let me, Brimage, you want to enlighten us? Did you agree with the minister? And do you have anything to add or respond to, what, Tanya said regarding, helping, build up?
I'll take it from here.
No, you're gonna listen to the question. Do you have?
Clear as my water can be.
Do you have anything to add to, what the minister is saying? And do you have any rebuttal for, what Tanya said regarding a man down on his luck?
Farrakhan. He says many great things, and then he have said some things that changed the complexion of the way I used to deal with him. I believe that he said it right. A woman lose respect in their man when he sits at home and do absolutely nothing. That means on his ass, waiting for her to come home. Babe, cook a meal. Babe, you getting paid this Friday or Thursday? Babe, can I get a new Nintendo game, PS game, whatever I can get so I can put in my console so I can play a new video game while you're working hard and I'm just sitting around. You got any liquor you can buy me, any beer you can buy me, any marijuana you can buy me? How about giving me a allowance so I can go chill with my friends on the weekend? That's a no good person. So I believe they would lose respect. And if they don't, they're building you to be the failure that you are. A man that's down on his luck, maybe didn't graduate from school, don't really got too much knowledge on doing this and that, little end jobs. I said last week, when someone's down on their luck, they can take advantage of that or they can build their self and they can do better. When someone is out not working, there's friends that has friends and family members that have advice to get you into places where you will become employed or having a hustle that's gonna put money in your pockets so you can help provide in the house that you're living in. I don't care if you went to jail, been in prison. There's programs out here. I was about to start one for men that was in prison, women that was in prison, where they come to your place of business and say, I'm down on my luck. No one's hiring me because I've been locked up in prison or jail. Could you help me? Yes. Tell me what you could do. I got about 5 to 7 companies working with me. I give them a call. This man or woman has been in jail. This is their no housing, do house. Would you be able to help them? We have a spot for them. As could they start Monday morning? I know a couple of programs that help. That's why people got into that work field to help people that just they called them there's a name for them when they just got out. But either way, I can't remember that on the tip of my tongue. So I'm telling you, they got help out there just as well as homeless people.
Refirmed
It's the matter if they want to do the construction work or the manual labor. Some men that came out of prison don't want to do that hard work. They want an easy task. Some might just want to cook. Some might just want to sit back and use their mouth. But when you say it's really hard for them to get a job, I say it's as hard as them not keep going and pushing forward, trying to make it happen for themselves. Because there's places out there that's helping people that's been in jail.
All right, that's your answer. Sean, Do you agree with Minister Farrakhan? And what advice would you give to a man down on his luck?
I agree 100% with what he said. And the advice that I would give a person that's down on their luck is to try to surround themselves with a nice supportive cast and try to pull themselves up by their bootstraps the best way that they can so that they can have some dignity within themselves.
Okay. Dude, do you agree with the Minister Farrakhan? And
Yeah.
what advice would you give somebody that's having some hardship?
Well, I would tell him like Mr. Clearwater say. Did I say it right this time?
You got it right, dripping like water.
Listen, I will guide them to a program. There's a lot of programs out there for free. A lot. You can learn a lot of stuff that people pay a lot of money to go to school for, and we can learn it for free. For free. So I would definitely guide, and like he said, you can't that jail that they encourage if you got a police record to still sign up.
Yes.
Reformed gangsters?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what it's called with a lot of them programs, the reform. And
Right
that's why
now,
when people say that, I try to say, don't say that. Just go out and keep pushing forward. You can't use that as an excuse because excuses get you nowhere in life.
They sure don't.
Well, dude, you want you got more?
Oh no, that's it. Let somebody else go.
All right.
But
So
I agree with you.
listen, we are approaching our 9 o'clock hour. So, gentlemen, Gregory, there's a method to my madness. Patsy, I know I didn't come to you. Tim, you spoke on it. Okay, so let's talk about, because Tanya touched base, the role of woman is to assist the man to like you said, help him to edify, build him up. Gregory, can we watch, let's get the females perspective on this. Gregory, let's hear it. Everybody mute your phones.
1 second.
So this is, I'm referring to the roles of a biblical wife. Because I think that'll put things in perspective for the modern women.
Zoom meeting.
Wife. Number one, wife is a partner who rules over the creation. In Genesis, we see that God created both of them to rule over the creation, not over each other. Number two, wife is a helper to her husband. Now, there's nothing wrong in diminishing in being a helper because God is being referred as a helper to us. Number three, wife is a crown of her husband, not a neck that twists, turns, and manipulates, a crown of glory. Number four, wife is to submit to her husband. Submission represents subordination in rank, not worth and value. And number five, wife is a builder of her home. So if you like this content, you can watch a full message on my YouTube channel, and don't forget to subscribe.
Participants, what for
Oh, goddamn.
Hold on. Gregory, I'm gonna
I
ask
want
you.
my wife to build me a fucking house then. If she's the builder, goddamn it. Build a goddamn house.
Not building in that sense, Timmy.
Hold on, Timmy. Hold on, Patsy. Gregory, I'm gonna ask you to run that back one more time, please.
Participants.
Who rules over the creation. In 5 roles of a biblical wife. Number one, wife is a partner who rules over the creation. In Genesis, we see that God created both of them to rule over the creation, not over each other. Number two, wife is a helper to her husband. Now, there's nothing wrong in diminishing in being a helper because God is being referred as a helper to us. Number three, wife is a crown of her husband, not a neck that twists, turns, and manipulates, a crown of glory. Number four, wife is to submit to her husband. Submission represents subordination in rank, not worth and value. And number five, wife is a builder of her home. So if you like this content, you can watch a full message on my YouTube channel, and don't forget to subscribe.
right,
Participants with 49 right, paren.
ladies and gentlemen, so that we clear, we are referring to the wife. And that was some the biblical roles of a wife. And let's make it fit. How does it relate to the modern day woman? I let me ask Patsy, I'll go to you first. Do you think those rules, excuse me, those roles are still true to form today? Do you think that those same roles, responsibilities and expectations can be exercised in today's world?
I believe those can actually be executed today the way that she had just stated. You have to find the right partner and being able to build that foundation between each other and really have that communication and love and connection to be able to be a wife that's submissive and to be able to build your home like within the home, not physically build the house itself, but to make it
But they
more
do build
homely.
houses now, Patsy.
Tammy, let
But
me
they do
finish.
build houses now.
Let me finish. I'm not referring to the construction of the house, making sure that the house is clean, the house is, conducive for both you, your husband, your children, and making sure everything's structurally sound in a relationship and making sure the food is there, if the man is the provider financially and everything, I'm making sure, the bills are set, the food is in the house. If we need to go to the store to go get it or whatever we got to do as a woman, all that is there, and being able to cook and do whatever it needs to be done around the house. So that way, when you come home as a man, most everything is pretty all set. If I need you to help me a little bit because I couldn't do exactly everything, I kind of ran behind doing something, or something came up where I needed to go to the neighbor's house because I'm a midwife and I needed to go help them with delivering, stuff like that, But but yeah, pretty much that stuff is like can be here today as a couple if you're really communicating and you got that loving relationship that God intended it for us to have.
Well said, well said, well said. Tanya, do you agree? Do you think that those roles, the responsibilities that was said in that video of the biblical woman still apply to today's woman?
I say that it applies to today's woman if she is spiritually sound. We are spirit first, we're flesh second. So if you're leading by the spirit and you're in commune with God, you know what your role is. He's communicated to you what your role is. A lot of women today of today's women don't know who they are spiritually. They're leading flesh first and not spirit first. If they lead with the spirit, they'll get in tune into who they are and who God created them to be. Because we're nurturers and we are to help to keep things in order.
Okay, well said. Gina, give us your perspective. Do you think that those responsibilities of the biblical woman can still be applied to today's woman?
Yes, I do think that it can be applied to today's women, but I also think that you can't submit to somebody that can't submit to you. You can't submit to somebody that can't submit to God first and put God first. A lot of these men think that just because they have a peen, that the woman's supposed to submit to them because they have a peen. You have to play the role. Like you have to be a man. You have to carry yourself and protect and provide. And, it's not just because you have a peen, you think that I'm supposed to submit to you because you're the man. No.
And
Submit to God first.
hold on, beloved, because we all grown on here. Don't be be.
Well, I'm saying that because my son is right here.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
all right, got it.
Yeah, you're in the back of me. But yeah, so I just think that, a lot I'm all for this, all for the whole biblical sense of a woman following a man, but it has to be just that. Like you have to play your role too. Don't expect me to do all this and you're just doing what you want to do.
Equally yoked.
Well said.
Exactly.
All right, gentlemen, let's go to dude, you still with us?
Yep, I'm here.
Do you agree with what the lady was saying? You know, the roles of the biblical woman. Do you think that those responsibilities can still be applied to today's woman, you know?
Well, if those are the real biblical ways a woman's supposed to be, and if that's what it says in the Bible she's supposed to be, then that's how she's supposed to be. It doesn't change, even though things around us may seem like it's changing, that's us drawing more and more away that the norm seems like it's weird to us, but that's how it's supposed to be. But it's the way it's supposed to be done, though. It's in a orderly fashion. Things got so corrupt now that people just don't trust nobody. So people are not willing to give their feelings or their emotions or their time or their energy or their trust up to anybody no more. Why? Because from every show on TV you watch, whether it's a cartoon, a kid show, everything's corrupt. Everything's about manipulation and corruption that no one trusts nobody no more. Nobody trusts nobody no more. So you're gonna go, like I said, and I could tell you this all the time. Ever since a girl was 12 or 13 years old, she had every guy. How is it gonna be easy for somebody to say, "Hey, girl, I love you. I want to marry you"? Okay, yeah, that's what you're like the 100th person that said that to me.
So
And
I wanna say this to the females on the panel and the female viewers. Love, the definition of love is not a sexual act. So let's be clear about that, because I think that's what people they misinterpret it. They get it mixed up. Sex doesn't always equate with love, and a sexual act does not define love. So let's be clear about that. That's not what they're referring to. They're not talking about sex.
And the only thing that comes from intercourse is that, and the only reason they call it making love is because when you make love, you're supposed to produce something which was supposed to be out of love, because you sacrifice yourself, and he sacrificed himself to make a whole, to make love. Both y'all sacrifice to make love.
And I think that's why too, a lot of, and ladies, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but then you do have some type of individual to say they don't want to they don't want to make love, they want to F. That's what they
Because
say.
that's what the kings and the queens and the biblical times. That's
But even though they say that, they still giving a piece of themselves up.
They do, but
They sacrifice a piece of themselves to each other, and when they sacrifice a piece to each other, they come up with one. That's why the dumbest thing around. I'm glad Clarence Howard. I've been saying this for years, and Clarence Howard finally said it. 1 + 1 is really not 2, it's 3, and 1 × 1 is really not 1, it's 3. It's the dumbest thing. It's the dumbest thing ever.
Can I just add one more thing to what you said, David, about to these young ladies out here, that sex doesn't constitute love, doesn't mean love, getting abused and beat on, and that doesn't mean love either.
No. And that is not attributes of a real man, because again, the man is supposed to protect you. So then that means he needs to protect you from his violent ways as well. So if he's not the man for you, then again, you should not be with him anyway, especially if he's doing that. I don't give a damn if that's your
That's
husband.
my wife.
You've been
I can
married
beat
to
the shit out of her if I
what
want.
I'm saying. I don't condone abuse of a woman in any shape or form. That's not who I am, and I won't condone it in any way, and I don't celebrate it in any way. So I would say to any woman that a man is abusing you sexually, physically, verbally, emotionally,
That's just like a woman.
get away from him.
Bust the man in the fucking head. Oh, you was over there looking at that chick. That's my husband. I bust his fucking head open if I want to. They feel like they're property to one another.
But that's never the case. That's not your property. Dude, go ahead. Continue. Dude, did you have more to add?
Oh, I'm done. I'm done.
All right, Sean. Do you feel that those as you say, the roles of a biblical woman can still apply to today's woman?
I think so. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I believe so. And I'll even go as far as believing that if the world operated like that, I think relationships would be much better between men and women. And what I mean by that is that when both male and female operate in what we have discussed tonight, what is supposed to be their roles, or what is perceived to be their roles, and they do it with integrity, then the other side would be able to respect one another in the roles that they operate in.
Yes.
And I think the world would be so much better.
And say that again, because I want you to say that one more time, the part about integrity, and say it loud and say it proud so that the viewers understand where you're coming from about that.
That if we as men and women did what we believe that we're supposed to do, and the roles that we play or the attributes that we carry, if we did it with dignity, integrity, and with respect
and love,
all that stuff, and thank you, amen to that, all that would come back to us. And if it doesn't come back, then that's not the partner for us. But somewhere down there, like-minded will attract itself to one another.
So ladies, let me be clear about this. A real man, these are the three principles. This is what he would do for you. This is how he would show that he's serious about you, that he truly cares about you. He will love you first in every shape or form. He will value you, and he will honor you. See? Love, value, and honor. See? If you show all that and
obey.
And no, let's leave the obey about out of there, because see,
obey.
To love,
honor,
value
and
her,
obey.
and honor, she will be submissive to you, and then she will obey.
That's a form of obey.
No, listen to what I'm saying.
Submissive is obey.
No, that's a humanistic put in that we as humans, not God, has put in there.
Let me tell y'all something too. Words, they mean something. So you can get women and men alike to do certain things by using
Words
certain
don't
words.
mean
When you
shit.
start
Action
telling
means.
when you tell women that you should obey, and based upon the current affairs and stuff like that, women have a problem with that word itself, because they haven't been able to be submissive because of the representation of men around them. So we got to choose our words carefully, and you
I
can't
told
just.
you words don't mean shit. Words is just
Words
what it
mean
is.
life or death. Words
Words is
mean life
just
or death.
what it is.
Words mean
Words.
life or death.
Your actions speak with your words. Your words don't mean shit. When you show speaking is your
I think what
action.
our brother Timmy is trying to say, that faith without works is dead, but he's saying it wrong because he's trying to say that you can say all that shit, but if you ain't doing nothing, it don't matter. So what he's
Right.
trying to
Your
say,
action speaks
that's what
for
he's trying to say.
Hence,
yeah.
Okay.
hence what I said about the words that you choose. You see what you said, and you see what he said. You see it was more palatable. You know, you can. It was more tasteful. You know, you was willing to digest that, the ladies and stuff like that. So that's why I say, you know, choose your words carefully. Because again, you know, if they think a certain way, they'll behave a certain way. So if they have a problem with the word obey, they're not going to do so in whereas it pertains to behavior. Because they're not comfortable.
That words bring life or death. You can speak life into someone or you can speak death.
Definitely.
If words didn't matter, we
I
wouldn't be here.
Damn
Yeah.
We
right.
wouldn't exist without the word.
And it wouldn't bother you when presented
your
to you.
action, the action,
Say that
the
again.
actions I think speaks louder than words.
Actions speak
For sure.
louder than words, but which comes first, the actions or the words?
The words,
Because
and
you can say those words and your actions never even show what you say.
Okay.
yeah, but that's why I say earlier it's the presentation of your words, and then when you act on your word with the presentation of what you said beforehand, and then you showed with your actions afterwards, it'll all come together, and we can actually be more submissive, not so much obedience. You know, is submissive is the key word.
I got some words for y'all. How about this? How do y'all feel? And this is women and men alike. I think that y'all all going to be able to agree upon this. How do you feel about the man that refuses to protect, provide, love, honor, value, and educate his woman and his children? He refuses to be a provide. He refuses to take any role in providing shelter, providing clothing, providing
All
food,
on her.
Because I
providing
think that you said that wrong, because I think I heard you say, what do you think about a man? That's not a man.
Oh,
That's
okay.
a man, right?
Okay,
That's
you're
a boy.
right.
That's a child. That's a bum. That's a scrub. That's a F boy. That's
I
a
got another one for you, cuz the only man that you feel comfortable with. I was trying to say this earlier, but you cut me off, kind of, Uncle D. Only man that you feel comfortable with that position is a pimp. If he's
No, no,
pimping
no,
that
no, no.
girl,
No,
he
no, no,
should
no, no,
feel
no. We're not.
totally comfortable
We're
in this.
not. See that. Let's see. That's just what she just said. See, so you're not gonna we're not gonna put a man on the same level as a real man on the same level as a.
Well, you go talk to Don Juan about
I don't
that. You
care
tell
about
him he
Don.
ain't a real man
I'm
and
not
see if he won't
interested in
get
No,
having.
he's
back.
a real man.
I'm not
man.
interested in having conversations with those type of men. I want to have conversations
He's
with
a
men
spiritual.
that are like-minded, like me.
No, he ain't. He's a spiritual guy.
I don't know. I don't. That's where he is now, and
Yeah,
that's
he's a
Don
double
Juan is a man of
and
God, of
that's
faith.
between him and God, and they'll have a different conversation. But what I'm telling you is,
Graduated from prep levels, huh?
I want to go back to the point I was making, and thank you for the correction. What do you think about a male? we could be clear about that distinction. What do you think about
Dave, just say a man or a male who fathered a child who doesn't take care of him.
There you go. All right, there it is. He refuses to do any of that. How do you feel about that individual? Is that a real man? Because he's, like I said, he's refusing to provide, protect, He doesn't want to help out. He doesn't want to provide a shelter. He doesn't want to provide shelter. He doesn't want to provide clothing. He doesn't want to provide food. He doesn't want to give any type of love or guidance to
Burn him.
the family.
He's a waste of space. I'm
He's a
sorry.
person who is spiritually dead.
Burn him. He doesn't
Yeah, none of
deserve
that.
to be here. I'm sorry.
It's either he's big pimping or he's a piece of shit.
Patsy, how you feel? Patsy, we
Burn
heard
him at the
from two
stake,
ladies.
please.
One said burn him. One. Johnny said,
Well, that's why my ex is my ex-husband.
oh,
Oh, yeah,
Because
I
of
knew it.
him being a dead-weighted man,
And he was
didn't
living off
really
the you and
provide
shit.
nothing, and he had to check it out, and I was working, and he
And he
wasn't
was
helping
living off
with
to
none of
you
the
and
bills.
you paying
So
everything.
that's why I came back from Mobile back up to here to Boston, and I left his ass down there.
all right.
You had no business taking your ass down there because
Stop.
it was the wrong move.
Let's stick to
You
the
had no
subject. Hold on,
business being
Patsy.
down there with
Hold on,
Big Pimp.
Patsy. Gregory, there's a sister that wants to speak to the panel. You want to go ahead and roll that video because this lady, she has some wisdom for you guys.
One
Know
second.
her personally?
Timmy, let the video play. Everybody, please mute your phones and let's hear her wisdom.
I'm sure it takes a long bit of time.
Zoom meeting.
Talking. You want someone who can't wait to talk to you, spend time with you, get to know you, fall in love with you. Stop settling for bare minimum, lukewarm, not sure, indecisive men soaking up your time. This is the reason women are having such a hard time accomplishing their relationship goals because men have creatively figured out how to get everything they want from you with bare minimum effort. They get your time, they get your attention, they get loyalty, they get prioritized, they get sex with bare minimum effort. If he's not coming to you with grown folks conversation, date night plans, adventures, kindness, and surprises, he's not worth your time. You are a grown woman over 30 who pays her own bills. You do not have time for baby boy behavior. Either he stands up and be the man that you need him to be, or sit down so that you can see the man behind him. In that order. We're not holding no seats. Let's go, Nat Nation. Be smart, date smart, choose wisely. And remember, I told you.
Participants left for a 9 rate per annum.
Now I'm questioning: was that a lady, and was she young?
What? Let's focus on the message that she said. Let's go to the ladies first. Gentlemen, you're gonna get a chance to respond. This is gonna be the last questions of the night.
Just go ahead, little cousin.
All
Tell us what
right,
you think.
Gina, let's go to you first. Do you agree with the lady had to say?
Yes, I do agree. Women over 30 that's trying to, or not, I don't want to say trying, but interested in, marriage and dating and, being in a relationship. These men over 30, over 35, they make it so hard. They make it so very hard for women my age looking for something stable. They play games, they act crazy, then they do the bare freaking minimum. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about something that happened in my head. But they do the bare minimum and they think that they doing something and then they want to be praised for like the bare minimum. It's like, no. But I agree with everything she said.
That's what you chose.
So you agree with her. Timmy, let's hear from the ladies. Patsy, do you agree with the young lady, what the woman had to say in that video?
Yeah, so it's like you need to tell the men like what you expect and what you want, and if they're not meeting up to your standards, then you need to let them go. Move on to the next person that wants your attention, and they're not meeting your standards either. You keep going through until you find what you want.
Okay, try again. All right, Tanya.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fear that you opened up, Patsy.
Tanya.
Throwing away.
Yes. Do I agree with what she said?
Yes.
Yes, I do agree with what she said. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to say, Jenny, it's not just men over 35 or 35. It's most men who don't know where they are, don't have a relationship, don't know what it means to be a man that does the bare minimum. They don't know what it takes to get a mature, educated, spiritually found a woman that's spiritually grounded. They don't know. And you don't know if you're spiritually dead. If you're that type of man that Dave was trying to say before, you're spiritually dead, like I said before. And if you're spiritually dead, you don't know who you are.
That's true.
Okay.
Very true. Very true. I agree, Tanya.
Well said. All right. Let's go to Timmy. Do you agree or disagree with what she had said regarding men?
Well, I tell you, she sounds like one of those damn unsure women that's trying to tell other women. She probably telling from her experience, but then I hate people like that because those same people tell you one thing and then they be the stupidest one falling for the same okey doke that they tell you to stay away from. So no, I don't believe in words unless you show your action. So you could just be talking game and not about what you talking about. So yeah, I don't it don't sound sincere what she was saying. It sound more of some, let me get a bunch of women that I can manipulate with what I'm saying. I really don't believe what I'm saying, because if I see a young dude look like he got some money, she's gonna fucking fall into his goddamn arms or practically throw her goddamn self at it, knowing
That
that
is
this
not
young,
true.
knowing that this young dude don't want nothing from her but some ass, but she gonna think that she gonna turn him into a house husband or turn him into a husband and whatnot. So no, I don't believe what she said.
Okay.
I feel like hopeless romantics. Like some people, think that at the end of the day, regardless of how much money you got or how much money you don't got, a woman thinks that maybe one day she's gonna find her match. You know what I mean? So I don't really understand when you say to me, "Oh yeah, well I think she's probably falling for the same people." She's probably speaking from experience and also speaking to herself too when she's giving advice. You listen. I don't know if you're still in the dating pool, but
Don't worry about it. Let me say
crazy
this
out
to you
here.
guys. Keep. It's
Oh yeah,
okay.
it's crazy out here.
It's okay to
Mm,
romanticize, and it's okay to be looking for
You know,
your Prince Charming.
sometimes
Gina. Don't let nobody sway
the
you.
wrong places and shit that you looking in.
All right, hold on.
You
Let's go.
know,
Let's get somebody. Let's get other people's perspective. Let's go to Robert. You still with us? Robert?
Yeah, I'm right here. Is this my last?
Yes, it
Of the
is.
last?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so I'm not gonna pay no mind to that video. What I'm gonna do for the people, our viewers, and the panel, I want you guys that's dating, that's into your lady or your man, these young women out here that don't know how to really be a young lady and grow into their womanhood respectfully and be appreciated by a man. Even more so, the young boys that's growing up trying to date our young daughters and don't know how to treat them and appreciate the precious dew between their legs. You listen to this.
You gave them.
I have an acronym, and the word is love. Listen carefully, viewers. You might learn something. How to treat a person. L stands for listen. O stands for observe. V stands for evaluate. E stands for equality.
Okay.
Put it together. Listen, observe, value wise, equality. If you know what each one of them words mean, you'll do better.
All right.
Hold on, one thing. I got one thing to say. How come you just gonna put value? What value lies? Is that even a word?
Yeah, it could have been value. Value is perfect.
Is the old word written in the old English.
All right, so all right, let's
Visualize the value.
gentlemen, let's leave that alone.
Put them together.
Do a word check and help out the panel now.
Guys, let's leave it. Let's leave it alone.
Listen, I'm gonna
We'll
tell you
discuss
again.
this at a later time.
Observe, evaluate, equality.
Validate
All right, we got it. We got it. All right, Gregory, did you agree or disagree with the video?
I kind of agree with Uncle T because I kind of had a problem with that lady's mannerism with the way she was saying and stuff. I kind of agree with her a little bit, but because she sounds like she's speaking from a place of hurt, it could be dangerous to potential people that are looking for somebody that could be of value to them, and they're not going to find that person because they're too busy blocking off people thinking that everybody's doing a bare minimum, and it's not enough for her because, well, it's cool to have standards and stuff, but if we all are so close-minded like that, we're never gonna find anybody.
Interesting. Okay.
To me, I think they,
no, Timmy.
He just wanted a bunch of people to support her anyway.
No.
Oh yeah, and ultimately, I think she needs some dick. I was there with you.
Okay, so
on the same page, brother.
So Gregory and Timmy, y'all can put your phone on.
He needs a piping down.
Sean, can I get your final words and your perspective on that last video? Do you agree or disagree with the message?
I kind of I'm give credit to Gregory. He let me see it from a different perspective. Because she did sound like she would. In the beginning, I started like this. I agreed with her, but then I didn't look at it from the perspective that Gregory looked at it from. Like she was speaking from a place of hurt and because like what she was saying, initially I agreed with because it was like, if you're not going to be the man that I'm looking for, please step aside so that whoever's in, that the real one don't waste my time. That's how I took that at first. And so I'll stick with my initial assessment. I took it as she was speaking from a place of her to where she was like, look, this is what I'm looking for. Step aside. If you can't meet these standards that I have, step aside, please, so that the one that I'm looking for, that I believe deserves me, can be there.
Okay.
I'm just gonna have to defend her for 1 second.
I do appreciate.
There's always wolves in sheep clothing, though.
Guys, so you did understand when I said that those was your final listening. So I'm just trying to get Sean to finish up. So
finish up, Sean. Sorry, finish up,
Sean. No worries. No worries.
I finished.
All right, Tanya, I'm gonna go against the grain because some other people took it in another direction and did what they wanted to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you speak on that. You feel like she needs defending? Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean,
Time.
because I was a little taken about I understood what Greg was coming from his perspective, saying that she was speaking from a place of hurt, but I was offended by the piping down
Yeah,
or
I
the
knew
dig
it.
down. Because even if she was speaking from a place of hurt, she's educating other women out here. If you communicating with someone about this is what I'm looking for and this is what I need, don't try to do the bare minimum and rope me in and then give me the do a whole 360 on me. So yeah, she's speaking from a place of hurt. If you know that you're not gonna be who I need you to be, don't try to get with me so you can get in my pants or give me some false hope about something so you can get what you want from me and then
She's been
toss me
warned.
aside.
So
She's been warned.
I'm gonna
No.
change the way I said it.
She's been warned.
She needs
She
a
was
dicking
warned.
down
You
from a
can tell
person.
she was warned by her
Hi,
friends.
guys.
Uncle
Listen,
T,
She
let me
was
say what I
warned
was saying
by
to
her damn
Tonya.
friends.
Timmy.
She needs a dicking down from a person that she likes, that she finds to be a match to what she's looking for. Because I'm not saying that, I'm saying she needs it, period, because of her attitude. Sounds like she needs a good fixing, but I'm not saying that.
Again,
That's still disrespectful though, Gregory. Even
let's
if
move
you're
on.
trying to make it clean, if she hurt, that's she's hurt from what someone done from her. So she's
That's
forewarned
why I
and
said it was
person.
dangerous. It's
So
kind of dangerous
And
to
I agree
push
with
that
you with
upon
that.
other
And I
people.
agree with you with that.
all right, so let's just leave it there. And this is why I said earlier, you need to choose your words carefully. Let's move on. Dude, give us your perspective on the video and the message. Do you agree or disagree?
I'm just gonna say this, 'cause I don't like when I hear women going at guys or guys going at women because we're supposed to be a team. But I listen to them because I want to see their perspective, what makes them this way. What makes them this way. The devil has really done a job on our people that we talk about the white people and everybody else, but we can't even trust our own partners. We it's like our own partners are our enemy. We'll only give this much if they give this much. We'll only give this much and if they give this much. We have to really learn how to discern spirits, because if we don't, we're gonna get effed over. Because you can see, I'm gonna tell you a little story. My daughter had this boyfriend, the best boyfriend she ever had. But I want to tell you the one thing, then one negative about this boy I didn't like. So my daughter says, my father, he's not into, all that stuff. So he's in whatever, but so don't tell him you sell drugs. So I met the dude. Dude was very respectful, came over and said, hey, so what do you do? He said, I sold drugs. Always was respectful, always was kind, and always was honest to me. And to this day, it was her best boyfriend she ever, 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 ever had.
She didn't marry him.
No, she didn't got no girls. You know why? Because
finish telling the story.
my
I'm
my
trying.
my,
Go ahead.
my oldest daughter, as I love her and she's my daughter, but she's not the marrying type. And I owe myself to that, but she wasn't, because she's my oldest child and I didn't marry her mother and she wasn't raised in a house with me. And I'm not blaming it on her mother, because it takes a balance of both to do it. But she's not the marrying. She's a good girl, whatever. She's just not the marrying type. She acts like my mother raised her. She acts just like my mother, like as if my mother raised her.
That's your bloodline in her. That's
Yeah,
her. That's both
exactly.
with both of you and her mother in her. So of course.
But what I do see in her now, the older she's getting, all those lessons I gave her, they're coming into play because she calls and tells me about it. So she is learning, and she is going in that direction, which is a blessing. Because it tells you,
Well,
kid, no
when
matter
you
how
got
old.
it, when you're in your daughter's life, and that's the most important thing for a man to be in their daughter's life, because you can give her the guidance to how a man's supposed to treat her. And if she don't come to you for advice, then you feel like you didn't do your job as a father because
Well,
she can't
that's the one
come.
thing. The one thing I could say about her is that when she wants to know something, she calls me because she know I'm not gonna bullshit her with nothing. I'm gonna tell her like it
Right,
is, whether
right.
it's or not. So that's she's really one good. She's really good with that. But she's been really doing good lately. She's really been on track. I'm kind of proud of her because the type of guys like I did the type of guys she choose. I wasn't like that.
Right, right.
All right, so let me
Let's just say she's not the marrying type right now.
let me
Yeah, yeah,
say
and
this.
she's heading. You're right, Tanya, because I said she's heading that direction.
So I'm gonna ask you guys at this time so I can have the final word. So
Okay.
pause your phones and stuff like this. So again, tonight we was talking about basically a real man always, hear me clearly, a real man always provides for both his family and his woman. And he is usually the one that is blazing a path for those that are following him. So that means the children and the woman. He is out front. His woman and his children are usually following his lead. And I will also say this. Sometimes the messenger has to become the message. So if we, as the elder generation, want these younger men to be better than we are and be husbands for our daughters and the younger women of the next generation, then we have to set good examples. And I've always said this, as a man, I am my children and the children around me. First example of what a man is supposed to be. So ladies, let's just be clear about this. If a man is pursuing you, he should be pursuing you under the guise that he is searching for a woman. So he is dating you and auditioning you for the role of his wife. And you should be doing so in turn. Any man pursuing you that you allow to pursue you should be the man that you would have as your husband. All right? And just so we're clear about this man will love you, he will value you, and he will honor you. If he has none of those attributes, and if he's not striving to be a part of the family structure and be an example that you and yours can look up to and in turn love, value, and honor, then that is not the man for you. Okay, so again, find you somebody that is going to build with you. You don't want the opposite. You don't want that man that is going to tear you down. And if you already have sturdy foundation before you allow this man to pursue you in hopes that he's going to be your husband, then you should not allow him to come in and basically ruin the foundation that you created. But again, if the man that you choose is the right man, a real man, he is going to strengthen that foundation. So everybody that's a part of the family structure will also grow to be strong. Mom, dad, brother, sister, and anybody else that comes into the family structure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Still a Man podcast. Thank you. See you next week.